Yeah. Yeah. Jump. Come on. Okay, this is the introduction video for the tutorial on Dan Gun. Dan Gun is the second form that you learn in Cecil Ryu Taekwondo, which is forms are based on the ITF style of Taekwondo created by General Choi Hung Hee. Dan Gun has 21 movements in it. Normally, with my students in my videos, I don't go over the meaning of the forms. I gotta stop doing that. So I'm going to tell you what the meaning of the form is. And I just looked this right up on Google. Okay. Dan Gun is named after the Holy Dan Gun. He was a legendary founder of Korea. He was also a priest, I didn't say this here, in the year of 2333 BC. It has 21 moves in the form. So now you know the meaning of the form. Not the applications, but the meaning of the name Dan Gun. Before we get started, especially if you've been training with me, there may not have been a distinction made between the two types of stances that you need to know for this form, especially if you did Chanji. Chanji actually has two stances in it. It has your forward stance or walking stance, and it has a fighting stance. Now, when Dan Gun, a lot of times when people teach it, they use fighting stance for their knife hand block. But I would really prefer that you use what we call the L stance. Okay? I will let you do fighting stance, but I prefer to use an L stance. Now let's go over what the stances are. You have two stances in Dan Gun. This one, your chest points straight ahead, more weight on the front leg than the back leg. This is your walking stance, also called forward stance or front stance. That's this one. This is the one that you're going to do a lot of your punches in, your down block, and your up block. The next stance is actually called L stance. Now, the difference between, let's go through the difference between forward stance and fighting stance. Okay, this is your forward stance or walking stance. This is your fighting stance. Knees bent, and you're going to the side. 1 foot point to the front, 1 foot point to the side. Makes your body go at a slant. I do allow this. What I would prefer, and I think it's because I got a Taekwondo background, is what's called the L stance. With the L stance, it's a lot like fighting stance, but you spread your feet a little wider and you put more weight on the back leg than the front. So it looks like this. Okay? See how that's different than just fighting stance. For L stance, it's back here. Now the elemental values for this stance are metal, and some people also say wood, because you got more weight on the back leg with the metal, and you got a leg that's pointing off to the side here. So that's sort of wood. I may be talking over some of the people saying don't worry about it. For those of you who are also super Taekwondo nerds and Kyusho nerds, you may know that the L stance, even though I prefer it for this form, is actually a weakened rear leg stance, this stance, or what some people call cat stance. Okay? I prefer you do L stance over cat stance because beginners have a hard time doing this. It looks easy, it looks like they can do it, but they spend a lot of time trying to keep the balance. So if you're a student watching this, do your L stance. Just lean back a little bit more on the back leg than the front. That'll be the stance that you use for your knife hand block here. Okay? So just to recap, Dan Gun is named after one of the founders of Korea. He was a priest. In the year 2333 BC, the form has 21 moves in it. So after this intro, we're going to start breaking down the form. Thank you. Oh, P.S. If you have knee problems, be careful when you get to the parts that have to do with the pivot. I may tell you to practice it 30 times. If you have knee issues, just do it about 5 or 6 times. And if you feel that knee quinging, just stop. Okay? Don't feel bad if you can't get this video and get the form all in one day. This is not meant to be taken in a day. I'd say break it up over a series of days, about 2 weeks. Work one video at a time. Okay?